Hello, I'm Kimberly Wick, and I'm the Associate Producer and Vice President of Costume World and our beautiful Wick Theater and Costume Museum. About 3 years ago, we opened up the Wick Theater and Costume Museum, and it contains both our 330-seat theater as well as our amazing 5,000 square foot museum, which is ever-changing exhibit of original Broadway costumes on display in a really interactive way. It's a special, magical place, and a lot of folks think it's Disney World for Broadway geeks. We give a tour every day at 11 o'clock, and then we go to our Tavern at the Wick, which is inspired by Tavern on the Green, and we have a gorgeous 3-course luncheon. So it's a lot of fun, and again, another magical place like Tavern on the Green that really is very connected to Broadway because so many of the opening night cast parties were at Tavern on the Green. Our museum lobby is a unique space for a Broadway museum because it's actually a dedication to film wardrobe that we have purchased at auction and collected over the years. And you'll see some very special pieces there, like Donald O'Connor's Fit as a Fiddle costume from Singing in the Rain. It's kind of a fun space, even for Broadway folks. A lot of our guests, when they visit the museum, think that the lobby is the tour. And then when those curtains open and the docent-led tour begins, they are just mesmerized. I mean, you can see their faces light up, and it's pretty exciting to share with folks something that so many hold so dear and special. The docent takes you on a really interactive tour because it's all choreographed to music and sound and lights. And of course, the docent is always dressed in costume, so it's a little extra treat. Not only do you get to see these incredible wardrobes displayed beautifully, but we also get to take you on the stage. So you really kind of get a backstage pass. You get to see all of it when you're on the tour. Well, we are the largest holder of theatrical Broadway costumes in the country. We own 56 original Broadway wardrobes. And in doing so and in collecting, it is very important that, of course, we preserve them, we restore them, we maintain them regularly so that it will be here for many generations to come. Never perhaps to be seen on stage again, but certainly is something that you can see in this special space. So this gorgeous costume of rich eggplant taffeta with these wonderful brown kind of jet-inspired appliques was worn by Marin Mazzie in the Broadway production of Passion. It opened in 1994 and only ran for 280 performances. So this is one of those gorgeous wardrobes that is just in perfect condition that we have not had to do a lot of restoration to. Probably one of the most valuable pieces in our collection is the Julie Andrews Embassy Ball gown worn in the 1956 production of My Fair Lady. And about 5 years ago, we spent nearly 4 months restoring this dress. We bought all new silk chiffon from the exact same house where it was originally built from, rebeaded every little bead. It has been totally restored. And it is a masterpiece, really. We happen to be the proud owners of the original Broadway wardrobe of The King and I. And we have some of Gertrude Lawrence's costumes, as well as some of Yul Brynner's pieces from that extraordinary production. You know, Yul Brynner did the role 4,525 times on stage, so as well as, of course, the film. The Phantom of the Opera film had some real treasures that have lots of unique elements in them, like the balls on this costume that were all glued on. And I'll tell you, in film, they can do that. On stage, like our wardrobe for Broadway shows, all those balls would have been sewn on, one by hand. So it is kind of interesting for our guests to get to see the difference between those tiny little elements that might be glued on for a film piece versus a little bit larger element that would be applied by hand painstakingly so that a Broadway show's wardrobe lasts 2,000 performances. This summer, on May 22nd, the museum will close. We're going to spend the entire summer revamping this space, and I mean totally changing it completely. We're looking forward to being able to present something new every season. I will tell you that our guests regularly tell us they had no idea how much detail there was in the wardrobe. And that's kind of cool, because when you're on stage and you're looking as an audience participant and you're looking at it from afar, sometimes you don't see all those details. To see it up close, so fresh, right in front of your face, is really kind of cool. Because, you know, a lot of people have some really magical memories about these clothes. I mean, I can't tell you how many times a woman has come to me and said, you know, my husband and I went on our first date in 1956 and we saw My Fair Lady.